Welcome to Wildlife World, where nature calls from the wild heart. Immerse yourself in a majestic world where breathtaking battles for survival and candid moments reveal the fierce beauty of primitive life. In the middle of the forest, still wet with morning dew, the two rulers suddenly met. The king cobra raised its head, venom ready, while the porcupine raised all its spines, not retreating. The atmosphere thickened, and then the first attack exploded like thunder in the forest canopy. The battle raged on. The snake squeezed with all its might, but the steel spikes countered like a storm. Every strike, every thrust echoed through the forest, dust flying, leaves breaking, a suffocating dance of survival between instinct and endurance. The final crash, both were nearly exhausted. The snake twitched among the dry leaves, and the hedgehog, though wounded, still stood firm in the light filtering through the canopy. Only the slow breathing of the survivor and the dignity of the wild. In the scorching heat of the savanna, Komodo paused as the wind carried a strange scent. In the distance, a giant python slithered through the golden grass, its scales glinting in the sunlight. The two giants had spotted each other, the silence before the coming storm. The python counterattacked fiercely, wrapping Komodo in a giant grip, seemingly overwhelming it. But Komodo suddenly used all its strength to bite its opponent's neck, causing the entire steppe to shake in the merciless fight. The Komodo struck a vicious first bite, but the python retaliated with a violent headbutt that shook the savanna. And when the dust embark on dramatic confrontations, witness the survival instincts rise in every moment and be captivated by the pristine, magical beauty of nature. Under the scorching heat of the steppe, the two legendary creatures rushed at each other like two living storms. Every peck, every bite echoed like thunder on the cracked ground, their predatory and defensive instincts reaching the peak of their power to survive without escape. As the cobra's whip slashes through the air, the tarantula responds with silk, speed, and cold precision. Wind, sand, and sun swirl into a raging vortex where every move is a challenge between sheer force and cunning strategy. The battle reached its final limit. Lightning strikes, repeated bites, silk shattered in the dry wind, both exhausted but not retreating. And in that moment, nature seemed to stop breathing. Amidst the peaceful surroundings of the lake, the giant Komodo trudged forward. But from among the barren rocks, the brown cobra slithered out, its eyes cold, its body taut as a bowstring. The two territorial rulers were about to clash. Komodo rushed forward like a storm. The snake jumped up with its hood spread out threateningly. The bite was lightning fast. The tail whipped violently, kicking up dust. Each attack was a test of strength, speed, and ultimate survival instinct. In the middle of the sunny grassland, the atmosphere seemed to freeze. The hedgehog stopped, listening to every beat of the wind. And then, from the shadow of the grass, a figure slithered out. The cobra. The sunlight reflected off its spread hood. The confrontation began, and nature held its breath in anticipation. The snake darted like lightning. The porcupine spun to counterattack. The sound of quills hitting scales rang crisply in the dry wind. blow after blow. Each blow carried a primal, instinctive force. Dust, light, and movement merged into a violent vortex of nature. The snake tightened its grip around Komodo's neck, but the beast broke free, unleashing a terrifying blow. One bite, the snake fell, retreating in defeat. Komodo stood firm in the middle of the battlefield, a symbol of absolute power in the wild. The snake squeezed in a last effort, but the porcupine counterattacked with a powerful charge. The spines pierced the bronze scales, forcing the predator to retreat. The indomitable will to survive of one who never gives up. In the middle of the sunny grassland, the porcupine stood firm, an indomitable symbol of the power to survive.